Hello everyone. Our topic is cattle feed industry. It's presented by Sowmiya and Suparna. Let's move on to our topic. Cattle feed is the animal feed which is given to the domestic animals, especially the livestock, in the course of animal husbandry. There are two basic types of feed. One is the fodder and another one is the forage. Cattle feed industry in India is about 50 years old. It primarily consists of cattle feed and poultry feed segments. Indian cattle feed industry has got high growth potential given to the country's top position among the world nations in respect of livestock population and also the high expected growth rate of 4%. And this is the picture describing the India and United States in the livestock, where India has the highest milk and million tons. The Indian feed industry is about 35 years old. The quality standards are high and up to international level. Raw materials for feed are adequately available in India. The feed industry has modern computerized plants and the latest equipment for analytical procedure and the least cost ration formulation, and it employs the latest manufacturing technology. The poultry industry is now growing in importance. Today, the Indian feed industry is worth approximately 45 billion. The Indian feed industry status. Compared with the rest of the livestock sector, the poultry industry in India is more scientific, better organized, and continuously progressing towards the modernization. Breeding and feeding management has improved through education, training, competition, expansion, and survival instincts. India is the world's fifth largest egg producer with a total production of 40 billion eggs per year. The Indian poultry feed industry depends on the sound growth of poultry, which has a great untapped potential, with the southern part of India holding the maximum share of poultry production and consumption. And while coming to the Indian cattle feed industry, the acute shortage of feed and fodder is one of the weaknesses of the Indian dairy industry. Keeping in view of the growth rate of population, income, demand for food, it is estimated that India would need around 215 million tons of food grains. One of the trends to be followed is that productivity in the livestock sector, which continues to be guided by the population rather than increasing in productivity levels per unit of production. Researchers pertaining to intense feeding, breeding, and management need to be strengthened. India has one of the largest population of domestic animals that provide diverse products such as milk, meat, wool, eggs, and skin. The growth of cattle feed industry. The cattle feed business is growing by a more than 30% as milk producers have started replacing traditional feed with more nutritional dog, having realized that tangible benefits in terms of yield improvements. Also, there is an increasing trend in diversion of soya bean meal for human based consumption, leading to the bigger market share of cottonseed meals for cattle feed in India. State and central government are concentrating on the incremental increase of cattle in the state or country. The cattle provide self-employment to the beneficiary by generating sufficient income through their produce or flesh. This is a cattle feed plan. And while coming to the type of cattle feed, there are two types. Those are for the calves before their rumens start to function effectively, and another one is for those cattle with a functioning rumens. And the poultry feed classification, the complete feed concentrates, mash feeds, meal feeds, starch feeds, and supplements. These are the various cattle feeds. And while coming to the Indian cattle population, India has the largest cattle, buffalo, and goat population according to the latest census. There are about 200 million cattle, 50 million buffaloes, and 90 million goats in the country. About one-sixth of the cattle, about half of the buffalo, and one-fifth of the goat population in world are in India. Animal husbandry plays an important role in the national life and accounts for about 10% of the national income. In particular, the contributor of the cattle and buffalo to the economy is considerable. They are the main source of drought power in agricultural operation, rural transportation. They provide the essential foods like milk and meal. The industry role. Industry is playing an increasing role in the struggle against the world hunger, including the poultry industry, which requires less capital to enter than other animal industry and the feed industry, which provides economy. Feed upon which the poultry industry depends. An entrepreneur venture into this field will be always successful. Let's see the top 10 world feed industry. CP Group, that is the Carrion Porkfan Group Cooperative Limited, New Hopi Liuhi Limited, Cargill Incorporated, Land O'Lakes Incorporated Limited, Vance Food Group, Mayan Foodstuffs, BRF, Tyson Foods, For Farmers, and Nutro NV. Let's see the cattle feed industries in India. Dayal Industries Private Limited, which is located in the Uttar Pradesh, Ferment Biotech Limited, which is in Maharashtra, Godrej Agrovet Limited, which is also in Maharashtra, Heritage Nutrivet Limited, which is in Andhra Pradesh, are the cattle feed industries in India. These are the cattle feed and their feed additives. The global cattle feed market has an opportunity and forecast. It feeds the size expected to reach about $78.3 billion by 2027. It's growing at a rate of 4.4%. While coming to the cattle feed population in million and cow milk production in the million metric ton, it's globally increasing year by year. In 2016, it was 1.47k, but in 2019, the cattle population is 1.51k. 2016, the milk production was 497 tons, but in 2019, it's 524 million metric tons. Thank you.